All right. Welcome everybody back to the Think Tank Show. And here we have some very exciting topics to discuss. Mene for. There's been a lot of things that have gone on during this week. GH to hear what is scrolling down there. Those are the topics that we are going to explain. Look at it, sir. Day in, day out, we are getting the same problems almost every year, and it has been repeating since 1992. Those of us who are old enough to remember, no. Of course, society look at it, say we don't have any solutions to it. And, I want us to, discuss what is going on. Now, said, if a few of us can come out, with some suggestions of solutions. So they be with me. I can't be number one of them. Unemployment. Solutions in the baby but you've like so many solutions, but none of them seems to work. Now solutions, some of the bad, no matter how much you talk to them about the sustainability of the solutions, nobody seems to take them serious. So, I don't know. Say, I don't know. Say, maybe I'm getting things wrong, and I say, what's going on? Meaning, Sabina may get things wrong, and I say, look as you say, the cycle, no matter whoever is in charge, the cycle keeps on running, the same cycle. We start on a bright note, bright ideas. We are going to solve the unemployment problem. We pump a lot of money into it. 4 years down the line, nothing seems to work. We complain. We get rid of the government. We bring a new government in. The same strategy now about you see now. I'm for now honestly we take the same strategy, change the name, change the personnel, run it for 4 years, same old problem. Now unemployment, which is, I think when it comes to the security of a country, one of the most dangerous things to ever happen to a country is when a country's youth, the country cannot find job for its youth. Say somebody is young, he's strong, he doesn't have a lot of experience in life. I'm going to check Akratuna. He has to use Takashi. And so use Takashi now or the film. If you bring such a person, or the Takashi in the what's gonna happen? Never happen and it happens this year. So we're going to do a little exercise. I see 5 people currently watching right now. So if you're watching me, if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, just give us a thumbs up or say hi or say something. Let me give you a shout out. Nah, thank you very much. I think will be on my first thumbs up. Pedro. Thank you, Pedro Madino Cruz. Hey, Pedro Madino Cruz. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Okay, cool. Oh, Charlie, Indianapolis, Kumasi Talos. You're welcome, Pedro. It's that's what we're going to talk about. I see 7 people there. If you're watching it, please give us a thumbs up. You can say hi or say something. Tell us your name. Let me give you a shout out where you're watching from or where you're listening from. The program I started. Mm. And then I have Harrison on the line. After my introduction, he's going to come on and then we are going to start discussing the issues. So, Opa said, if you want to be part of the discussion, you can also with me atro. Yeah, you can send us a message, or you can just type it on the comment. Say you want to be on it. You ever send a link, and then you can come on now. So I'll be sure. If you are watching, please share it for us. Share now my also and me akra ma be share sisia. After that, we're going to talk about freedom of speech. I think the 1992 Ghana Constitution guarantees everybody the freedom of speech. I think the problem we're having now is freedom of the speech. We need to say Idi Amin kind of yeah practice it. I say the freedom of speech is guaranteed, but freedom of the speech is not. That's not necessarily a constitution nature. Constitution nature so be a bit me a pay. So because some now feel some now how and I say we come to act also you can take him to court and sue a civil case. Police for we didn't introduce our police for the enemy. We do a tema, there's no police. Police be arrest to be what will be defaming the only way you can remedy that is to go to a court and sue the person for defamation. So it is to say now Kasana police for Bechuno. That Obe Kasana police for Kasa who we are going to be 1985, just say ever so. But just go on. It's not hard. Go on and click share. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching it, just go on and click share. And you're doing cry. So, you see, I'm in more because I made my share. I come to Facebook to see I share. So, it's very, very, very simple. There's an arrow that is pointing right. It has a curved tail. And when I said, what click it, share. So, everybody so now, what share. And I'll be to my copy or YouTube or WhatsApp group, be able to my copy now. Or the aqua too. Sana and we want people to come on and just be part of this conversation. So as I said, Ghana no utikura na yes Ghana and fan ho a your friend is saying come on before the Second World War, Jews all over the world, they never thought say there was going to be a problem. One day countries they call their home are going to tell them say they should find a place to live. Never happened to them. It never happened to people almost who feel so I'm a citizen, I'm a naturalized citizen of this country. Into me Ghana and family home. Ghana they you never know. I can tell you say about last 2 or 3 years, a populist government can make some changes. If you're a naturalized citizen, they can make some changes a bit more astonishing. Bet you in our Ghana. We didn't lift a finger in Ghana. One boy me and macro this. So I say most of the people Mabwa Kruni, most of them were to Kwame Nkrumah was here. He was in Philadelphia. So I said he was in England at some time. Bruno Fred and he went. Most of those big six had lived some of their life outside the country, but they never forgot where they come from. They do St. Patrick's Day. All the Irish will march on the streets of New York because they understand it. Say, America is an amalgamation of nations. Be a free baby, no about it now. But be also winning cheap. Due to Chroma, I say, Ghana never found when I made them tabuche glass and crime in Ghana nife. That's the problem. You be shocked. Because you see how we are here. What's your now for? And I'd be too see now for will donate money and send you back home. If you go back home, nothing see what here. It's going to be a problem. I understand. We all have families here, so we got to make sure say most of our investments in here is here. When I just say you could know, I please buy and we should forget about it. So I say we have to help those Kakrunumuya and Kayamaha. So we have to keep it for the rest of our families to make it easy for them to live there. So I say we are going to talk about freedom of speech and why the police are being involved nowadays. Camera, at the theater. Welcome, and I was anytime you're ready, I've already sent you the link. You can come and join. And Barrister George, thank you for being very, very, very loyal to us. Debi Obaso. Watching you from Ghana, Amasamai to be precise. Welcome, Barrister George. Welcome, and thank you for being here all the time. We really, really appreciate you. Secondly, to me, one of the most controversial group of people, Ghana, is the clergy. Muslims, Christians, and traditionalists. Very, very controversial. Nancy, they went to the former president to discuss what happened and send a parliament record recess the last time. Tokane si ohono. Boxing na course ohono about the 11. How best that problem can be solved. Christian Council, John Mahama said we need some on coming the parliamentarians and down no Mumbuana pass 11 but they're going to see him. So we are going to discuss that. Say, what role does the Christian Council have to play when it comes to the politics in the country? So that's it. We better discuss it also. So, but I see 7 people on there. Please like it. It's very, very easy. Or Facebook, I want to thumbs up. Just click on it. That's all. Or YouTube, I the same thumbs up. Just click on it. And we'll click on it. I don't know. Just say what, what like it. It's not a big deal. So I just say, I understand my it's a big deal. Now, if you WhatsApp group behind this side, you can just go there and you can just, bit my share your so I said, so now to share now, friends, share to your storyline. Yeah, let me share to my storyline. Of course, also copy link. You can also copy the link. Yeah, link, wash it, kakama, so I just say, oh, okay, I think that's better. That is better. I mean, highlight for 4. I mean, share and support your own. And support your own for no. I mean, share to a WhatsApp group, copy link, no, I paste 2 of them. Now I'm for my journey. I've got 3 thumbs up. Nana Jose, thank you very much, and Barrister George, Charlie Barrister George. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah. Don't like it. Like us. It's Hassan there, the kind of I'm going to bring him up, and then we are going to start the discussion. The Hassan Baba so now, the kind of chair, the Crawford na, the Ohono so, they are twice. It's of Hassan.
Hey, Papa Kwame, official Paul.
Official medicine.
We hey, London Bridge, man.
London Bridge, so good, we're doing here.
I don't know how you know.
And I really, really appreciate that. Taking the time off, anytime we could break here to join us, and help us do the show. Really, really, really appreciate that.
How much, man, because he live in a kind of.
You live in I say,
already there.
Oh, Vinash. Producer Papa, producer Daleta. Thanks for coming on so I like it. Oh, unlike it. Vinash, unlike it. So I like my Nana Kwame. Thank you, Nana Kwame, for liking the show.
So I'm not more share. Now will be any be a
It's you wait to watch out or bush and food, not at all.
Really, bronze champion, really, Golden City. You need good be out, Chrono, so on. So your friend Golden City. And OBBO TV, the boy from Philly, all right. And my invite from Clubhouse until OBBO so what Clubhouse will be everything behind. I'll be joining and also the contribution about I born out my Ghana here.
That's good. I feel it. How is the weather like? I want to.
Oh, I want to and minimum say nipa no about duty no you good. Now you say so crown ever. But whether you good, ocean jacket crown I say what the desert be so. And and whether minim nipa about duty no say nyame nipa no about duty every day be anka any problem. Ka jacket crying should be.
Oh yeah. And then the master brought some the bad duty. Vinash, I like me. Monitor me like me. It's a like me viewers near because like me inside. Thank you, producer Baleta. All right, so let's start with NABCO. No video we can crack. First of all, let me explain what NABCO is. The biggest problem in Ghana, I know the economy but the biggest problem in Ghana without a doubt, and I know all of you will agree with me, is unemployment. You go to the technical schools. Wow, new tools to start your job by. You have to start from someone. So be what. Uko technical school saying you have to be an apprentice first to know how to do the job. Unyajuma, PWD, If you go to university, now Korea or the wasem there, and your platform we so. Yes, a card ever change. A dumani ho. So I tell you. Also now, we call nursing school and that teacher training. First, now guaranteed. We call teacher training in nursing. Allow your doctor or Ghana. Are they your ratio? Also, but now say Korea is over to a few. Maybe real school no, not police and now nobody wanted to go to the police. People who wanted to join the service would either go to the Navy or the Army. Now, fire service is there. Bobo, patrol, bobo, some perform na fire service. Nobody went to the service. And then, I'm out for a master's degree, epe police in fire service. Omunyebi. Now, because Omunye Jumano, they will do everything to make sure so a bombi bunu baby. It's during the recruitment time, the kind of atetia do we firm no. And they're there, we are the beer, we see you. So I say, a Jumano and you do or die for you are. We see you to my fear. Now, when you are renter, and now they are over Kohobi. So I say, that's what it is. And yet, damn parada or man, police, and always the same kakra. Now, that was the status quo. Now, government be about or try to be solve it my ABB now was solving problems, you know. Yet amount for my suggestions be brave. Amount for you know be brave. People have tried, but still unemployment is not going away. It's about me boss, or the something that was novel. It wasn't really novel. I mean, it was there before I started with youth, the unemployment, and they buy. Or they buy, you know, or ye be also be farm, if I be brave, you know, put people to work. The only thing you could do was temporal jobs. After a year or two, they ran out of money, they can't go up, and then they come back. Mills buy the same thing. I think he just only changed the name and tweaked a few things, changed on personnel. Problems still existing. And how to buy or see is going to bring something new. Wait there is going to solve the problems once and for all. Pushed a lot of money in on their own themselves started project there. Can boom. The boom to sample for almost 700 Ghana a month just for a year or two. Who we are, then they can assimilate you into the workforce, which was, you know, on paper a great idea. Nah, Bima Yajuma 1 year, 6 months. Bimu dia Yajuma 1 year, cry Jaya Akunya Juma Moya still yet, the Namku pay Yamai until they decided to go on a demonstration in Tibia.
An hour since the demonstration by beneficiaries of the nation builders called NAPCO began from the Brasport. Now, these beneficiaries are raising concerns about the non-payment of their allowance for some of them for the past 6 months and others for as long as 1 year. They have therefore decided to take to the streets to get their concerns addressed and hoping to get the attention of government to ensure that they are paid. Now, my colleague Hansen Ajiman was with them at the Brasport where this demonstration began and he interacted with some of them.
About 100 NAPCO beneficiaries have hit the street in demand of their unpaid allowances. According to them, government owes them close to 6 months of unpaid allowances. For those on the health module, it's been close to a year since government paid them their allowances. Aside concerns on their unpaid allowances, they have issues with respect to their status on the module. As we are all aware, the program, which was a 3-year-long program, ended somewhere in October. But the government asked them to still remain at post while efforts have been put in place to make them permanent. For some, give them support to begin their entrepreneurial drive. But for most of them, 6 months down the line, government has not been clear on what to do with them. On the City Newsroom today, we engage most of these NAPCO trainees on what their concerns are, how this really has affected them. How much do they owe you?
7 months.
7 months.
And then he got to is 11 months.
So how do you go to work?
Yeah, now I went to have a discussion with my admin. He said, if I get money, I can come. If I don't get money, I can sleep in the house unless the money drops. Then I report.
How often do you get money?
Oh, I am a self-dependent person. I normally go and do study work before I get something to, fill my tummy sometimes.
So, do you often go to work?
No, I don't have money. How can I go to work? For almost 7 months, I've not been paid. What about them? Haven't they been paid? Do they have a backlog over there? It's never so.
How do you survive?
Oh, we have to borrow. We are living on borrowed money. Every day, people knocking on your door in one way or the other to pay back debt. That's all we do.
How disappointed are you?
I'm so disappointed. Because the old man came with so much promises. He came with luxurious promises. I never knew he can promise so big and then take chartered flights instead of trying to fulfill his promises.
Have you regretted ever joining the scheme?
Yes, I have regretted joining the scheme. I regretted even starting schooling at the first place because some of our friends who use their school fees to transact one business or the other are doing so marvelously well. I know a friend who has about 3 cars once we finish high school. He has a trotro business whilst we are here, languishing on a scheme that we have 699.25 Ghana cedis. How? How can you look after your wife and children at the age of 33? You've not even thought of marrying. As and most of us are scared of dating girls.
You're scared of dating?
We are scared of dating. Why? How can you date when you can't even take out money? When you can't do that, how can you date?
Have your girl left?
How? A long time ago. How can you survive? How can you give her food?
Wow.
You don't you give out money to your girlfriend? It's a question, don't you?
Were you giving money to your girlfriend?
Oh, at least some little support goes. At least if you don't do anything, you give something out. Oh, see, I'm not having anything. No, give me 50 cents.
The demonstration is still ongoing, and we're a few minutes away from the Independence Square, the final converging ground for today's demonstration by NAPCO officials. NAPCO beneficiaries, as you can see them there in their numbers with their placards, basically asking the government to pay them their allowances. Let's get closer and try and hear some of the messages they are communicating across.
Yeah.
Where have you come from, and how is the demonstration going so far?
It's good. I'm from Achimasio, all the way from Achimasio.
I see. And how long have you been under the NAPCO program?
3 good years.
I see. And how long have you been, have you not been paid your allowance?
2 months. They owe me 6 months. They are under Educate Ghana. They owe me 6 months. And because of they had demonstration, they quickly paid to us 2 months for us. So now they're owing me, for 4 good months.
4 more months to go?
Yes, please.
I see. So how has life been for you all this while?
Very tedious. Because at the end of the month, there's no salary for us. There's no money for us. So we still depend on our family to get something to eat.
So as you can see in your shots, that is the Independence Square, where the demonstration will finally end, where all the NAPCO beneficiaries will converge.
I want somebody to save me, permanent.
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo should make us permanent and then fulfill his promises made to us. NAPCO personnel, we deserve more than 700 Ghana cedis. So we deserve more than 700 Ghana cedis. We are worth more than 700 Ghana cedis. We deserve more than 700 Ghana cedis. they promise us permanence. So all what we are asking for is our permanence.
We are suffering. We had a promise indeed. You did well by introducing the career pathway transition, which option trainees to select, either being integrated into the permanent job stream, being resourced to build personal capacities for private endeavors, or choosing further studies. We don't know the circumvent promises, but the initiators, the drivers, those who initiated the scheme, brace your effort with a solid promise that indeed NABCO trainees, they are going to be made permanent. Please, they gave timelines, even with our president, His Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa. In one of his talks last year, he even gave timelines that before 2021 will exhaust, NABCO trainees will be given a promising gateway. Now we haven't seen any development so far. We are appealing on you that indeed, as a country, let's not concentrate on expertise per se only. We are facing job crisis. It is not easy out there. The private sector is so weak. The private sector is not empowered. So it has crippled their capacity to employ the youth. Please, there are ongoing recruitment in the public sectors. Absolutely. Kindly negotiate on the behalf of NABCO trainees. We plead on you.
The headcount is one part of the processes to get you people paid. So, nation builders, nation builders, nation builders, nation builders. Yeah, I want to assure you that your grievances will be looked at and measures taken to address them. So be rest assured. Thank you very much.
Here the regional coordinator from NABCO addressing the demonstrators. And hello, sir. You're welcome to the City Newsroom. We gathered that you have collected the petition from the demonstrators. So what is next?
Yes, management will look into the grievances and communicate same to them. Thank you.
But what assurances do you have for them in the interim?
Assure them that management will look into the petition and communicate same to them.
What processes have begun to pay them their rent? What processes?
Yes, we started headcount to streamline the system. Some of them have gotten employment, but they are refusing to decline from the system to give opportunities to their colleagues who are still on the system.
But their question is, why is the headcount going on, especially for a day like this?
No, it is part of our roadmaps that we've designed. And so it just unfortunately that it coincided with their demonstration.
The question of the new model seems to be different. They say over close to a year they've not been paid. Is that true?
It's never true.
It's true.
It's never true. Please, I'm one of the managers, and it's never true unless, of course, you have a peculiar problem. If you don't have a peculiar problem, all those who don't have peculiar problem, ask them. They have been paid, and with the exception of the last 2 months, which is September, October. Anybody who has not been paid the September, October means that he has a peculiar problem. That's what we are addressing currently. Thank you.
So you heard it there from the coordinator, even though he stated that all persons under the health model have been paid. This lady over here is one of them, and she says that she hasn't been paid yet. Madam, you just heard the coordinator say that unless you have a peculiar issue, you must have been paid.
Yes.
What is the situation?
I don't know the situation. They said what the man is saying is not true. That's why I'm trying to challenge him. They said those of us in Hill Ghana that there's no payer. We don't have PIN, but this is my PIN. My name is Amina from Ewutu West, the Central Region. This is my PIN. But there's no permit. From March last year that I received my statement up to date. They gave us message last week, Thursday, that they will pay us. Friday, when the money came, they did not give us anything. And this is my evidence.
Do you have a copy of the message so we look at it? Just to verify.
No. The message is not about. I don't know if some of the Hill Ghana personnel who are here with the messages. But I have my pin, but does not pay me. So what the man is saying is not true. It's not true. It's not true. This is my pin. Those who have been, they should go to district by district. They should go district by district. Go to Ghana Health Service personnel and ask everybody district by district. They should go to allied health professional because it's not all the health people who are under Nurses and Midwifery Council. Me like this, I'm under Allied Health Professional Council. So if you go to Nurses and Midwifery Council, you will not see my name there. So you say I don't have PIN. But we have allied health professionals who are lab technicians and those things who are the allied. So I'm under allied health professionals. So they should go to all the agencies and ask well and pay us our money. We beg the vice president.
So we have another lady here who's actually in Accra, also experiencing similar situations.
I'm in Lajokuku, to be precise. And on Tuesday, our coordinator said we should meet him and address him on any issues we have. When I met him, all he said was the money will come, the money will come. But I remember some time ago, I went to the NAPCO head office. What they said was that if you don't put pressure on our district coordinator, the money will not come. So I don't really know what is going on between the district coordinator and the regional coordinator for our monies not to come.
Who is your district coordinator?
Mr. Soa.
For Lajokuku?
Yes.
And in your case, how long haven't you received your money?
Since I received it March, it hasn't come anymore.
March last year?
Yes.
Okay, and that was that was what demonstration I was about. You know, I'm up for say Omaya Juma into your mocha. But now for na say I saw no mocha no mboa because omotu bi aka. So as I said, omundu bi aka. Omundu ka be 2 months. Na sa 1 year ne 4 months we ne de. Omundu bi aka. Ntino omubopini NAPCO regional coordinator. Besides the regional coordinator, Prana said, Omudo ne my na Udrian Hussein was you. No one can do boa. Do na ba. There's do na ba ma. Obi obeka ni do my ni bian be ni 2 months be. And I come because not to be a do a man. So let's listen to what transpired. Short one now. I don't know. You say those omomunyo musika people obi a wenye juma and so still ojani din or less than so boost needs no DGP all the time. You say wunya sika nya botre be kan mu nyina e kan mu wi a wa wunya sika na dem. Hansen
Chama.
Up consensus.
First of all, sister, one man after. NAPCO, you know, Ghana, no, sometimes you to know, so you normal be there. Okay. 1 year Juma for 7 months, we pay mine. And now when you're Kenya, so obey your chre, any Uyeni, actual Abino, who walk of our brass band, and a Shatawali, Elbow Jama.
Okay. Also, when you do demonstration, please don't see Jama. Don't take you seriously if you do.
So what I say, I don't know when you are break a condo. It's a thing over see Jama. I solo cool. There's no time for them.
What the come where who's a condo now? One Casana should do more.
Yeah. It is sometimes, you know. And no maybe yeah, Phantom Chenkaka. And media no so interviews na omoye no bebre o ha e no mfa the Jamaica say no say nipa no e come de no ubisa no say no we say at the end of the day no say bisa no say the girlfriend e no sikana na ye beje so what I say na ubisa say what dating e na no mfa demonstration na o ye no okay yemfa e normally you did normally grow too much. Oh, any bread bar, say you can't any bread asem no. May enjoy jokes now, the farm say, and I mean, Miniska maybe called the Roman fathers is on money number. Again, they change or money number. And you find nobody and find the grocer. And also, no so meaning say Ghana, your law association for no. Maybe almost 10 years will be in courtroom now. Yen testing laws no. Oh, okay. Only will be here, Juma. Now, sir, Nipano untia car. Fanoko court. Because a young friend now, oh, Baba, say, oh, in a head count. Omuni said Nipano Yenko Moka. Until not paying, you know, say, oh, take you the list of or more mobile, and you know, it didn't make sense. Be a more fan lawyers need you. Now you tested the system, no. Said no. So only will be here, you man now into a car. At the end, any interest are obeying your free honor. Next time, no. Or mutia, or mutia, or yeah, you won't be your car. Then I may be something for instance, or most now, my year, you ma, or my cotton, Parliament House, or no more, yeah. Not Boston, no muncho or car. And Cadian ABC.
Make NAPCO coordinators, Miss Uncle. You tell Muka.
And get them. Oh, it is sometimes, you know, it is a chronoma in the air, but you understand normally with chronoma. A man for Bebre, no, ever form of wedding. It's the lawyers, no, Bebre or how many to watch it. Ninja say sometimes, you know, oh, it's okay, just can sana or modi or ask a mama. Move to me the way I am. Free law school out to me the case required and establish your business. Say, I don't know, be here, Juma. No into any panic. Obey that. Oh, which you have no interest in just the regular pay now can you panic, and then I know because of mobile bossian or moody. Until at the end of the day, no, say Nipane charging interest. And if one of the first can acquire a kutia. Oh, it is sometimes, you know. I say I tested the system. No, maybe who said no, and no more be betting me. Assessor. Not next time, no. Demonstration number, you know. Among fire in the agro, and a jama, and a solo cool, and a Lubiana there. A banner name some more kifet. Or more, say they are more demonstration because more normal, some more sat now more moody manager, or moon say more demonstration, piano. It's our normal in I say organizers no next time they are on taking notes was our normal.
Jaman Sama, sorry, I'm from
yeah. So look, yeah.
Obi bar for Jaman is no why. It is kind of man. Yeah. Mammy, my take is good. Mammy, be so question. Do you think that a buying be about you? The Bible take could be a friend of NAPCO, you see a friend of youth and unemployment. No, I think could be so. I know I'm more Juma. For 1 year, 2 years, scam ask them. This is not very time. How do you yes? Opera move 3 months. Now, I feel it's come wide dinner. I have Basana, crowned the top quality. Now, a jail, another one. I've a change it. We now what that. How you for the employment they were no much changing the corner.
And you're gonna want your unemployment association.
There be also yeah, but also for buying or the youth of unemployment. I forgot what the name was.
Youth unemployment, no.
The whole thing they said. Conform my real school, move for Munsan or Jumani Wina, Juma. Yeah, medical pay, Juma Biama.
Temporary work, yeah.
Temporary work. Now we are. your mama be 1 year and 2 years by that time you be you know now money baby I then ashe money baby ashe cry be pay mo ashe omo be 4 3 months first 3 months they be o mati o moka from that going here problems so by this time no can't you think don't you your name say if that thing doesn't really solve the problem
What's that? Kwame, Krobiano, the more na youth neighbor no, the more no sooner old you for no or more year do my pensioners and also a free. But near Akoye walk Ghana and they say new you know or move free school more about a year. Old ones and in your ready so move free office or okay. And a Jumano so men fan say or moko school so mobile or mobile workplaces and our workforces now. No more than no more messengers. Rather say the actual work no. Okay. Ningina no reduce productivity. Because se me cause you engineering na. Me na me to talk okone and katiene gobe abre office of work. So as I say, at the end of the day, the time now be a me fan say maybe be stage war company or no. Now me share na the year ni nyina then abawie so what I say nti at the end of the day ni review ni beba no mbeka say oh okwa unim hwe nti kofie but rather no see ye jansa enkwasasem na me fa no say empayfo no mo office no omo beja say omo small youth ni say omo nkoto yimra because no ye director na yi no na so omo kire omo nnuma no enkamini say enoma bi say no enta anyeden ensi. And you me fan say that government oma youth loans. So loans okay you need these issues. E bi kra na owie ne the stage na obetimi ayeden abi ono ankasa na djuma but all government say
so I think that was question I'm beside say. I think that's the question you're answering now.
Yeah.
Say, and a lifetime diabano or say for buy no friend NYEP not buy no changing the thing called
Jida yeah
and I will do some about most changing the thing called Napco the same animal so and if NYEP didn't work not Jida didn't work then a chest Napco
to say 4 years for Nana every drew next day you have a sense of Sandino. So what I say, but rather no,
we have to find some now can me loans no crowd. I don't agree on those things. I think say if the government makes it easy for people to open up jobs, senka to see I have watching a Jumani Krumu. And I calcast okay. Wow, baby, a Jumabiano.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, walk off machines. I bet you be a Juma for more than 10 people. What the bar? What got all machine out the bar? You're not going to pay taxes for import on it. Wow, bet you be a Juma for more than 10 people. No one might be a threshold war amount of pay. We pay on every month to be able to withdraw now. For the next 10 years, we won't taxes to be so
I know who's a incentives, mostly abandoning the man. Sebio.
Foreigners, no.
Yes. What's that to Bojano? I did na VAT phone in Amho, na a phone in Amho, no more DJ. She cannot started the business, Not the church that taxes near in Ube we now capital, I could buy no. But these foreign companies now more GD already, Omoba now one more tax break for 10 years.
Oh, it's my thing is say just give enough incentive for Ghanaians. So make it attractive. Say who be a Juma, make it easy for them. There are a lot of people they are in the diaspora. So as Waba, Wapabuchi, Wakobe, Wapayo Juma, he's in his 50s. Once I got for you, took on the 50s, and I started planning to be.
The second tradition, almost life begins at 40. Every 50 years, not when I was 10 years.
Like in fact, there's the 50s, or just start or burn a retirement. Then you start making plans to go home.
To go, yeah.
It's in a division, Sika one in some. On person division bottom no akonu could dinner. It's he would like to start a business. We are Jumama company and more kitchen firm. Wow, carpenter, wow, Timia or no man. You decide that Charlie, Misika Menya may pension around 401k, may cash out. May I be $50,000 because Nagana, I turn 1 year made so me the no purpose na Juma. No ato machines kakra. No ako wafan crab 10 now training. Na mo ye Juma. Now duty about you or machine no ho.
Who the better mo?
So what do you mean? It's about to go back and I'm in track. I said I'm in the Mikoa Makudi.
Obi can send me, Kwame, Minkawa, and Obi can send me, or say Africa is a graveyard, because so Obey idea and now open so the Kobaka. No, or more moody or minus or no. Or when you're ready, so move versus. Okay, 80 I menya table so because I'm a person medical Ghana. Meaning say at least sa parliament house or meet me a young man to say European standard and I say the Chinese standard na or rather no or be charging me more taxes. Eje bufuo any a unity can only be charge more habo. No most of so what you say, but na make any and say mostly no government Ghana the open loan among here a collateral all those things and you need a phobia and I say yeah won't mean that capital now the best at business that's where and can be a government obey a year more guarantor now and community media adi loans instead say because ube post your more for 3 months, not 7 months, no to more cano. Rather, no. Say every year be any per thousand every year school. At least more 100 physical money now or more bet me a starting business. Now interest now be you no. Would you mad order 100, until within 3 months, interest no be a bit your at the end of the day, no fund your more idea money jumabia and answer unemployment association bia. Rather, no, who provided job opportunity for them. Say me mama Kwame, mama $100. Now say at the end of the day, who bet ya, met media man and now Jose. No, so I didn't, Juma, or China, also bet media mammy. So what I say, but rather, no, so now depend this, okay, Obia and Juma, Oba office, Kakrabia, couple of days now, if you know me, your car, and you're productive. A waste of money. Oh. And sometimes and no maybe or a buying na adwin any so bebre and a youth so more demonstration nanka more can no yet a firm sending a car buying na adwin ebe basso because nipana as a wada but I could say youth yet social media used to and I can't send no swatch buying used to because when you speech na paying the mind, obi a year no so omoboa. Also, so our conum kita evidence. Be anti demonstration na koye no. Would the ID na a tray? ID no there doesn't make any. O kono who prove point. It's what prepare. What prepare say okay. Omu bisa mi we kwa na many evidence. Edi actually text message no dey actually. No what prove what buying say no. Enye no kore na mo yere moka. But rather no. Oko demonstration on unprepared.
Honestly, I don't think we should criticize the demonstration because demonstration there, put you on a car and The main problem is not the demonstration. And what I want to understand. Anytime, but minimum, I feel say the government should look at the tax. Yeah, taxi into a corner. Not day in every day we are coming out with new names and new taxes to tax from for Omunya Juma. Don't go first can win on my baby. It's not some bora about to know music.
A brochure for Levy Nana.
Because what it is, and it says, Uma tax incentives on ports now for the equipment and the machines. Make it easy for people to register their companies. Some will be big new carpentry shops. Every year, inuma be manufacturing jobs, kakra be farms. So some for money incentives. One motivate talk among farm equipment and to do some commercial farming. They employ more people. The more they employ more people, you pay more check now. Support income tax. If you check, so you don't lose. Like fancy major report to prevent you from establishing the job in the first place. Oh yeah, then for the pay income tax, you know, also okay. That's the problem we are facing now. It's not about Pusikano. Politicians, they be no welfare, no 2 year citizens, no year welfare.
Yes.
So, our party we here, change the people. So, and that's the problem.
And also in Chichiro, my, I know. So, uni, say, I don't know, sometimes, you know, you know, you're so, said you can't be, or more, no more, your campaigner, I see these are some questions you are, say, answer, no, and toss some more, me, who, but rather, no, because, say, we are so into that party, they say, okay, me party na other power, and so, yeah, I don't know, now will be some questions, hey, me party, no, I don't know, the other party, no, won't be the same question. Okay, here's the case. My friend said, "Ni na okay. Oma bosia na at the end of the day, interest or taxes are nipa na. Unya more income. Yeah, and then titifono can say adidida ayesing adidi preko. Okay, so me the machine si bagana now taxing me too much. Or charming for machine via my hobby. Okay, me tikuma and you know me for machine via and bagana hona what when you me taxing me." Rather, no, said me, my baby company no matter what, make you every one city every day, no, checking how many years the company be lasted. So what I say, but pay for no more
employment, who pay your man, so much income tax from check.
So what I say, but you know, you pay no the preco. Oh, I already bad here. Europe, there, no, any NGB. Okay. What killing me pano na agenda now they ba krumi nyina no. What say idea no? Until next time no you adwuma no kra na onye ni ye. So what I say because capital no the best start no. What say no? Oh. Enye kwame enye empayfo no so mo sha say adwen ye kuro no ho a. Enka no ma bebre wo ha nka minim say akontufo no bebre wo ho a omo won sa no twuma bebre wo ho omo ideas a
oh yeah.
Or mine, but no, and so di akunja no pe no mo akonom I refuse to because of the brain also but school wa brochire oh na mintimi hu say e minim de the almost way in na ta I refuse to no e bo almost so there I
think I see a link be about political party funded. So
yeah,
how are physical
campaign?
Campaign, and I think that's where the source of the problem. Because say physical, Eddie, Oman, we are to say, oh my example, so be okay.
When we come out,
Obi ojo 3 mao sika say fakoyo campaigner. Cha o re na mra no mra no e ba tetria. Na je say esa ono kasa na wu sa mra no firo no tibi twa mo no nya mo sika.
Sa.
So that's what the problem. Now was it?
yeah. Oh boy. Not coffee. Boy. Oh, Madasi. We take here, said and thing now. And here, one of what we say him. No one member saying him, Michio Bibia. Na remember, hey, brother, the information come out, if or can London Bridge so I hear you which man the pay. Yeah, and see, I'm done napco for one. Kwame Wafata. Kwame Wafata, the one chair one cow. Nti one wire for more. Nti one chair call your phone. Shema, I offer more when one chair one battery that stand. Shema no snabanu. What for one I know was on one. Jindama. No, young pain funny yet. Papi Obakase. Obaka and papa that ma a moframan. Omo nkranhyɛ olufu nkranhyɛ mmɔframma wɔn akoma dɛ mmɔframma no boa anaa guys no wɔyɛ adwuma no wɔboa pa ebi yɛ pankyi no papa no ɔrekasa no ebi wɔ mu ɔyɛ pankyi no opportunity na waba mu wafɔ adwuma na waka da wɔn ano nti ɔdɛ pa abɔdua asɛm bi ɛde kyerɛ wɔn na wɔ youth no wakoma tɔ wɔn yam dɛ yɛgudo yɛyɛ ntotoe yɛhyehyɛ no bia no sɛ bɛka na akotua awo men and brook me bi wobɛte nanka ibia na akoma bɔtɔ ne yam na insa bia bɛka dɛ wɔboa ɔyɛ pini bi na wɔn sanka na ngye uska ɛde na sɛ ka wugye ɛde ma ne kyerɛkyerɛm elefo na edwuma na nkyerɛkyerɛm ɛka dɛ bia no sɛ bɛka na akotua ɛka dɛ bia no sɛ bɛka ne ɛfɔ no mo ahwehwɛ $120 ɔyɛ ahen $120 na mu na no mo Ghana wɔko sɛ babra mo wa ha mo to chase benizi makati restaurant a day mo to me $120 mo kɔ shop mo to me mo abul a day na ebi lokun wa Ghana no ebi lokun for the whole month olokun a wo bɛka no kwa na akyerɛ no yɛn Kwame saban
will come 7 months maybe 1 year
so what was mo honum pa wo to bank ma scan pe obaya kase ansa na botua won kaw na mo yɛ zoom line Kwame yɛn ska ba scan ka da bank for 3 months ansa na botua yɛn kaw wo tua only 1 month kaw pe na tu na akam Kwame zoom line oba for nya yɛ wo gym na yɛ bi nti yɛn pinfo wo gba youth na abor na youth no ko demonstration na instead of the one babre na wo tru soroku oyɛ mpanyimfo tete wo that tete the dada so look na yɛ to ko demonstration
oh jamani de matisa man for see enjoy by jamani jaya demonstration yɛ twinko
ekomo America wo demonstration was abananazi ma abanan no nya bro na mpa aza wo yɛ ahwe yɛ wo bɛsɛ mejapazi Ghana abejapazi na yɛ pare yɛ sɛ na ko demonstration yɛ bɛyɛ se bi na adwen waka shi ministry dia nti wonye baber next time waka de no nkofo yemtua wonka ta youth na nkse wo Ghana yenye blazi yeye ma ne gari yeye ma me ne chama onas abenko na ase na ya ko yan gefe no ma yan gefe men is so am na yere zeze ban kanwa na ya to yan adwen a village just $120 a month or you shall get on another Ghana. Nisi Cafian or shall get on another.
As a way personal.
120 aka moko make dize mutu check na hwehwe me ye na me get hin na ada wonje concert wo ga na wo gonwambe wachi pen bi wa lock na hye na yinti na potfo won so munyansa ampa boys mo kenan apotfo wo ze nyanyangasa won na wato won enter wato no won poboa aba krodo na osi prosi na demonstration na so za abo na so obachi wato nti Kwame wofata pada bananga so tua wonka NPP was somebody will remember me came na what came when I was here money majority more than one kind of hemping for one kind of quench youth and when I fail phone it to my day we roll by Jacotia was bush and a number was bush and a girlfriend another number and papa and Yenny media so the man brother came will be sir question for Subiano.
Nana Jose, one more question.
No,
anyway, Kufo Bayan or Star TV near friend NYEP, National Youth Employment Program. Say, I am a courier. It's about 3 months after we meet you on Mukebi. Pana mills, no, I'm a buy. I don't need Jida. A buy. And also, a copy. You know, I think from those 16 years, first 16 years, no. Yenya Shiahunubia, Princess, Napco, Ne, Jida, Ne, and ya dear best of your unemployment problem. I say, ya permanent solution to honor our unemployment. To say no, America, any Europe, any some part of Asia, their biggest problem, they say, Yenya Nipa Meyenya. So I say, Oko Japan, our biggest problem, they say, Omo Jumano, some of them work till they are about 70 years old, and some of them Juman, because of their Jumana, you know, be a money machine. And I had the Yenya Nipama, a Juman soon. And a friend of mine, Madame Fikatem, say, hey, country over problems, no. What problems we bring? Quite yet, in so yet, I'm not supposed to sit down by heart. You secure the cigar term, I say, no. Wo and now a lot of chance to create employment because we were a lot of problems to solve. It's you know, almost Shadana, almost to sound go away, Anna. Well, a plan B, like they know said you are going to fail, but yet you are still going to do it.
I mean, one said that. Yaman painted the way to Moko Will. Nayer Kunedu. One not start diamond programming. Or the Mr. Fun one started, and I'm
was there or no idea? No, it wasn't government funded.
Yes.
Private. May can your government atom sika. Step with the shame. But you man me demano. Bro more than 18 bro more than 2 years. Government
and
come back at no why you want to be 2 years ago.
Yes. Government.
You know, why don't they think of different ways? America, I need not could be our. But I'm not finding different ways. I'm not getting jobs. They are permanent. So I say.
Yes, Matasi.
Why don't we do that? Now this NYEP, Jida, now other than that's my problem.
Kwame, country, Wushia, name the tree pattern. No one's the reason of the tree on benefit Papa Biani. Country to drop record ne name na party na one show proko na ze ba na oye emfa so proko men country no nkodo ye school na ye no kwan one chain reason na ye the bobu Ghana man na me brother lekan Dubai what no paper do and sana what ko for no do ba Ghana ye draw hwe for do dey kese do boom esem dem ne kese for do sa for do no e popo so ba cinco so ba chio sa disaster bobo ye ndwe no ho ni na ze ne kese wo onye ya ho aze ne kese no kwame gira kaka
No.
yesu kwame yensu oba benefit nyana nkasa yam ona de bia meka life stress ni hiyan wa Ghana onye read no no Ghana yesu so yehu reason bi awo hwɛ science fi wana work senya bebre ye science bebre ye science bebre wo ko school iya waye by ehwe wana waye taking kai na wo jai o he one schools she say what benefit ona boys me no malakan ona me wo jai na wa kai one time class question what benefit
Now, was it? Meta education, I don't know. Me know we are doing to just a little extent. Okay. So, upese ubie, mfanso wako kusia masonry. And let's use carpentry. Na upese ubie a shop I be make impact ankasa. I'll bet to make a lot of furniture. Amount for anybody you need a lot of skill training and a lot of equipment. We have machines. Machine okoto bana de bedru porta sika ya jono. Una also ya technical or ya science untimi ntua.
Exactly.
So, eti enfa un school akoy, enfa un course aye.
Nhyehyɛ
ne nya.
It's not
going to work for you.
Akoto machine wa approach dem my brother Ken as the Ghana. Net bobo nkofo na instead of but woman me za akona na obeto dam ho na waje okase na kofo na ozo machine ban mu wato no do kwami kofo na ozo machine bokrum no obeto no do omon 10% and 20% ba awuna efi kodo me na ba ba ye fo ni na omo waje tax abade ntini na ka ho ni kwami ebenya agent papa wo man no a ebenya agent papa wo man no a oda izinka no do woman woman youth no oda izinka no do man na en do ho na enja woman fun ni nim pin for wa badu nyina wo da ho because I hope no hoba was it 10% per brown kwami mezablo studio ni MPP a nko pin na wo kwa ke push site bi wo kwa yen hwehwem wo ho wo si no 10% ni sika abofo so wo ntia nta abofo da wo down wo sa so ko nti ho na ogbane abo nya ne ya gbanya wa abo se yenye leader papa yenye leader oyo reason and logical kwame me betre man kwame me betre man yenye leader odwen na mabufo no odwen na mabufo no draw plan to paper do no the bet you be ada how dey never be yam plan na ye just kan ye dwen political party no ho yes kan ye political party no ansa na ye badwen Ghana ho on ye rebre
anyway
kun bia America ye we wodwen youth no wodwen mafama na waba no abofaba begin na ma me bowo no hospital atsedan mo maba na mbede fo nti aba na oba na nkasa oda court mpapa nti na adwene ya papa na Ghana ewu mo de fom oda fom afam so na adwene bo fom kwame me ba tete oba na obo no zibenyin mo wotete nyane ona ezenyin kwame e mo oba gare moza gare na obezi afebo atesa gare na obezi nti one man dirty politics ona de yegum yere nti akona ya ba fodo ye big damage ngel en mo fama na wa ba foforo No, that is like Papa she wants to. Into the next 10 years, the next 15 years, I'm a phone over, but Ukitagan Papa was Bumana. On your Diamond Kukre, MPP in NDC. Diamond Kukre was enemy. Or they started, you did get it, yes, I can be some of one over Bono went to know. You're going to schools. Yes, couldn't pour when you, how a crime come or your busy president, or if I was in Magana, you knew. Kwame Kuskus is a case of my family, or Banana Kwame Committee if I was in Magana, you knew.
Anyway, let's move on. And I have to be okay. All right, let's move on. We're moving on and call freedom of speech. And what the police are doing now. We bought a couple of videos. First of all, we bought a video of the recent president, the Commander-in-Chief, President of this what he thinks about freedom of speech. We are no about what has happened over the week.
We celebrate World Press Freedom. It is still disheartening to note that though proven to be a catalyst in spurring the advancement of societies in the 21st century, we still have many countries frown on or even criminalize free speech. The fact that this year's award winner, Mahmoud Abu Zaid, also known as Shoka, is in jail for, as it were, taking photos, is a signal to us our generation still has much ground to cover. I use this opportunity to call on all governments the world over to put an end to state-sponsored acts that seek to restrict the practice of journalism. When supported, sponsored acts that seek to cover. I use this opportunity to call on all governments the world over to put an end to state-sponsored acts that seek to restrict the practice of journalism. When supported, the free press has the potential to quicken the development of societies. Indeed, a democracy has no place for a media that does not keep a government on its toes. It is.
So that was the first one. And I will say on the freedom of speech day here in Nepal. And you know, Australian profile. Among government, they are not into freedom of speech. So because government there, so Jana man for Katana Moto. Until some of the two no. Until fast forward. Himself will be able to fix the country there. Now, one of their convenience, one of the fix the country for normal lawyer, Freedom Oliver, Barker, Vemo, mostly UK know. You know, I think Otro Sadi Wewo me Twitter so and our Facebook, I think it was Facebook or what was Facebook. Say if this e-levy passes after this cake bullshit, excuse my French, I will do the coup myself. Useless army. Now cake na all kind of. I mean, so when actually want to say Okogu kana what type e-levy kicker. Every PSC cake we want some and all kind. Or say almost I could track it to say even live in there. So money no say 11 pass it there. Kuno wa for gas kumra no. That kuno no na be. Your kind and that Paris. Oh, okay, no problem. And we P Morgana and Kuti. Sharp. Omokoswana. To measure video.
Embattled convener for the hashtag Fix the Country movement, Oliver Barker, walked into the Ashaman District Court for the hearing. Oliver Barker has been in police custody since Friday when he was picked up for threatening comments he made on social media that sought to indicate the staging of a coup if the electronic transfer levy, otherwise known as e-levy, were passed by Parliament. During the hearing, the prosecutor, DSP Sylvester Sari, praised the court to remand the suspect. He explained that the act by the campaigner was treasonable and hence could not be granted bail until investigations and a trial would be completed. However, the plea was opposed by the lead lawyer for the suspect, Anthony Akoto-Ampao, who believed the suspect deserved to be bailed, especially after spending over 48 hours in police custody since his arrest. The Ashaman District Court remanded into police custody Oliver Barker for treason felony till February 28. Supporters of the convener who were not impressed with the remand handed Oliver Barker later masked up at the Ashaman police station.
Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver!
The law states clearly that within 48 hours. So that is what we work with. Whether it's on a Friday, on a Saturday, on a Sunday, it is 48 hours. The law did not say that. We have special cases where you can stay beyond the 48 hours. And even if you want to do that, you could have placed him under a bail, which is what they should have done. And then later onwards, you'll be appearing before the court. Oliver has no past history of being rowdy. He's not someone who is violent. He hasn't done any act that shows that he's someone who is capable of organizing a coup d'etat. And he hasn't said anything that shows that he wanted to do something like that. And Oliver did not say expressively that he was going to do a coup d'etat. I'm not a lawyer. But I know that even in terms of English language, the word coup has two meanings. And we need a context that Oliver used it. The other meaning is what he was referring to, not a coup d'etat.
We've heard a lot of incitement comments made on radio stations, TV stations, not even abroad. This comment was made even outside the country. Okay, we were in this country just about a month ago when a bodyguard or somebody in a camera, okay, said the Asante King should give him the authority or the permission to go and slaughter the head of a chief from the Doma and bring it. Up till now, okay, the IGP Dan Paris in this country, didn't he see that video? Hasn't any of the national security people heard of that video? But nothing has been done. We are not saying that the fact that that person made a comment and gone scot-free means everybody can do the same. But no one is above the law. And if the law would affect me and I will be treated as such in accordance with the law, then if you also do it, you are supposed to be treated samely.
At the time of leaving the scene, the lawyers of the suspect were seeking access to Oliver Barker, who was on a hunger strike.
We will fix the country. Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver! Free Oliver!
So not all interested parties who made their way to the Ashaman District Court have been served with what they were expecting, and that is because the ruling is that the Fix the Country convener, Oliver Barker, has been remanded into police custody until February 28. He has also been charged with treason felony. Reporting for City News, my name is Kweku Ediama Ansa.
For Mamin Chim Kaka, the interim remanding. Na Ghana, the constitution says that we should be to police station. Into more than 48 hours. The police for the chain on the 2 minutes. Times at the chain of the court. That treaty now, on the abandon. Could no the abandon. Only High Court pay any bit medication, High Court and above. I almost share that they call lower court. You know, so much share that, so Muslim no money, but I refuse to think so money. Almost share that on the call lower court. So I'm going to call lower court now, judge in the trouble say, any jurisdiction. On to me this asset because asset na so chain. It's a high court number. And Oliver lawyer says, "Adia, 48 hours now soon. Into Munya Munyano. Now later some Mary arresting there. That's the problem." And also judge lawyers no straight judge and say, although say it's not a jurisdiction. My acquiring I am remanded on I am found too. Now I think that was after 3 days. Don't call Caron my late that. And the time judge in Nipa will say, "Oh, case no so chain remand an idea. What the moment of more remanding?" And yet, as I got two say case no, or better I can attribute in the next 2 weeks. That is so better I conduct cells in the next 2 weeks. So I say, that is the issue. Oh, you know, answer that now was it. Before I remember another video. Now can discuss me and I don't know. Let's discuss this first. Maybe I idea no sources.
Okay. I mean, sometimes no, and paying for no more loss now. Loopholes now. A young with the tomb no. Citizens no ye ni be na ye yusua. Na omwase yasesa omwano. Okay. Wash them rase untime for being 2 days. Okay. Unim pefe police for munim. Okay. Na adentima modern call that court no. And senior Osika so lawyer judge no unim say also untime ndia. Ade na one jano but rather no also call remind. Ade a untime no. Adentima also keep no. Okay. Ghana crew no and then akwana yebisa no one of the face the country no okay I say obi ebunko tudwe say sebio otu for man kwan na onkokum obi because of akasa tia okay and we so what you watch okay it could be say a typing mistake but what you know bontin a video live video well wait me defending he said because our try you know young physical you know wait me aka say obi na hacking account no okay but wait the other day me fan say the face no openly the no so no the way I know kasa any he say oh no wa fum ni ayi when timi anyere ankoche no eti me person me bisa Ghana police say the police no is it only on social media and now say police in the just ebia abroche for now mo didi atem and say omo ka Ghana asem no and omo person omo target omo and obi a waji din o Ghana no omo person omo target omo because say utina Ghana ho now ka say ade e be si Ghana ho no de won't but obi o wa abrochiri and o wa kwantum de ka de a no be dru Ghana o be chene dia na mra no I can pick and choose because Oliver Drew, no, one year did it, 1 year, what tears you watch nothing, okay, or didn't run also. But at the end of the day, more keeping more than 48 hours. And after 48 hours, no, at the end, I'm running tree. These are the things that make us say, like radio stations, no, any TV stations, no, sometimes, no, Mumbra, no, Mumbai, read Ghana Constitution, no. Now, Yentia say, Ucho bitum, Master 1 man a year. After 48 hours, no, a day, and now obit me. Because it seems like, say, because Sebio, on you, BBA, by Munitino, and the Wikipuno. But other people, sir, Naka wiring, Akochino, and I open the Panachina, Tama Orlandi or airport, and our chino. But all came money panning in could roof in me. You know, Ghana system, no, almost really because Upo Biachana, and you say, what could roof ye, aye, Nipano Odru airport on our open achana, Nidin system already. Into Drew on our watching. But one man airport, Oh, I'm watching our airport.
Tama police want to be far from airport.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
but maybe the other say, you be so almost say I don't know, keeping him for more than
48 hours. No.
On what excuse on the man and say, no more friend, or more contact the Attorney General by one responding. But maybe the other say, so why are you going to ask Attorney General? So anything.
Na enti so omo friend no na ka so komunya na nka ene so omo yeden ana so on fan ntuma eyemra na o ya hyehe ye nyina ya dia tu
Let us say emra na kwache na say Attorney General na kwache. That's what I'm trying to find out.
se Ghana no hu yewo emra no mienu yewo sikafo mra ena yewo hiani mra ena yewo politicians no so de okay because sabio so oye sikani bi anase obi a owo aban mu a enke no so no ebe different ye ni ha na police for more pe one of the ministers now mo say okay wanje yen free police wanje yen free parliament mo man yen chere
sorry you need
sasu
sosu
enti ade intima se opon adwuma mutimi koche no but rather no because me fan say meaning Ghana parliament or no oye adwuma 24 hours there I don't know but adwuma bia no pon mo ntimi ankoche no we all know ti ba bi otro ayiwo like because other African countries not threaten or more government in intima yeso ye de no osuro na sesen na unim say no matter what untie Ghana for which means ma confirm say based on Oliver case ma confirm say no matter what you live in it is here to stay because Ghana for soon na omusu ene adwenkyra mo kire ni nyina no aban ni nye na adwen so utie bi kura
because so omunim no mo party 11 na no obeyoku arrested so obeyoku that is why am I just 11 there
automatically no
asel no agalo asel paro agade say parliament we nya na la mo dada keke ade no me dey am pass
enti se say no mo di kan action advance onya committee crime no
onya committee crime dia o say mo pass ya Miracle.
I know, man.
Arrest you. That's very, very true. That's what I want to say. I don't have a pass. But you say no. Medical boomrasu. It's Ghana police to person much me say. Omunim say. Ode treason. A bobia. A high court na ade never call. Ela mo share that in lower court.
Omunim.
Me mom there me I am so mo share that.
Omu person omo twen aso. So what you say?
Wo te case.
Yes.
Omo de no call high court and judge ni be jar. It can be a say do two months ni e be ni say. You no be call baby na judge na ka so meet you now judge. Wo say case no eso chen no I don't know ultima remand case no say ultima bi aka case meet me need ma two case na chen
oh I feel na Ghana mra na ye test bi
okay case ni dey meet me di by remand there
meet me am or remand
it's ridiculous
minister the lawyer no very good entino minister obetini I'm proud here. Because he said so Udi case ni ya say o man ni nyina ye hwemo. Okay. And results na be ba with this judgment no. And e be kire Ghana say emra ye adwuma ana say emra nya adwuma. Because at the end of the day say untimi nka say okay mini power say say you nana edi a case no nana ni ho na ahenkwa timi ka say and I'm saying that nanny holding to know. Memo could the prison there. Not just a emra na momo share no honocrano. Said you a near juma.
Can you imagine say okay Makona na who know a channel? Ocham so asem na am dey man na ni ho by nti mun kola na ba no edi asem no but before am call hey seven because asem Ghana pa
Yeah. By Kwame, we know ho. We are ho. Oliver, meaning so what na brochi into no nim system ne kakra.
fine lawyer. So Oliver a lawyer.
Yeah. Enti omu repe onsiu this whole state because
mama and can sue police station because
police station
Ghana for police for my omo say omu di money cro omu say order from above.
Yeah.
It is a sue policeman be. One said the person who was in charge, I to move more than 48 hours. Who sue no personally. Now, what if across all yeah mistake and in the call a lower judge
no
was still on also personally. I come out for doing best because who could see what minor. Wow, tough.
Apple juice beer.
Me person me advertise or munti na me hwe cup. Why? Asking energy. That's right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I will tell you some questions.
Yeah, Kwame. Oh, brother Hanson area. Oh, obetimi abam. Yo, madasi. My brother Oliver. Me na kasa wo Facebook. Nti minyim de yoti. Oye bia no hodwe pa. Oye secretary mpa especially face the country was start some yon court na azin na atiti na won family na o kipi there on pede obakama mbembulin obosoro obaye gizigizi bia ma mpo mu bufu me catch you next time oye that man's na my head because watch once we see the phone na why keke na mbaka next time watch will be wa maybe ke bia yen jintu na mpo o calm me down dem nya put na onye bibia na what kind of public na me smart membra time now again some all code pepe bi wokumase or CPP on now so there's again wojutuma obeje ku IGP ntuma ankachim IGP ntuma ankachim there's again wojutuma nankasa babafa obananto wa ku IGP womani also anti which is so natural because or CPP mankasa MPP Kennedy Japan kada obasho o man dada o kada lawyers we jimifu we lawyers in India we jina we do wa kada pepe a ofana oza that name ofana journalist what we be won kun o kada won fa dwumafu no mbulu nkofu still IGP until also when you oku obi still IGP until also IGP here okanda often dance there woku MP MP IGP nim hubi still IGP nanka so do chin hutu because olubuga na mbra enyim bi oku MP woku MP a nese enka odo IGP nanka so chin hutu first of all answer wa bechi Oliver right nti IGP nanka so we bum blado no ozem blaze ozizo obi ibikro botwe beniti IGP wo mani onti amanfa kansen bebre radio do past government or wakana akufa do na mpa jere wa kede kian ne kin libon butumu isimani na IGP wo mani nti net na wɔ Ghana ɔkye mboa nketenkete ɔnkyɛ mboa abɔde net na yɛato wɔ Ghana yɛdze zimbran ɔnkyɛ mboa abɔde ɔkye mboa nketenkete.
I think a Benny Ghana man I say at time.
Yes.
A check a say a Jan, a check it to
No, I grabbing.
No, I grabbing.
Boy, na some okay. Eh? Na mo ka desa what you give to ma obey you ku. Ni nya ncho ya azoko. Why then e bi kede o man panyin that do bi. No ze ai kai da fo ze ba oba ba you ku. No no wo ba chem. No no wo be o me ne bail. Kwame. Ghana na ya wan. Why there? Erekaseti abanana na abanan okutio. Papete piye boya ashesi. Inye pepe no sunde. Oji kibna mkebi odutumi ya.
I say oh no to aban bi afo so munja wa manfo no muntimi nkasa.
Nto ono na brodo yele kasa obachi na atum. Mohwe pepe yo tunadi ya. Asembia la okan ya oziba power wa asan so wa adana. Asembia la okan biala oyo opposite no no leka. Wada no poteku na waba frɛ ngwanum na ɔkye mboa no we. Nti mekada Nana Akufo-Addo ɔyɛ vampire ɔnnom Ghana fo yɛn bogye a. Ana Nana Akufo-Addo yɛ sombwa. Aboɔ bi ɔbɔdɔm o se bɔdɔm no abɔdɔm no hu. Ɔbɔnom na kapenta bɔdɔm no bo.
Oboye friend take.
Ɔnna ya ma pain ɔyɛ. Ɛka wɔsɛ wan yɛ ododo menka. Yɛwɔ mpanyinfo mmisafo mpanyinfo bi wɔ abrochi manim ɛkaka pɛ wɔsɛ hey ɛyɛ abofra ba menka wan yɛ zendodo because one fan yɛ na ba. Amanfo dɔ party na ma da party no kunkofo mpo so ɔnku biara.
I didn't know if you had done or not, so I was. Thank you so much. Thank you for your.
Kwame, me Kenya asofo na mebe mu Ghana. President Methodist Roman Anglican one word say Ghana because Oman Pini yaza won't do on fetching one thing one can't Oman Pini. But we begin a part of Wakade. I'll be a Lebeka Oman Pina Simbiala a Yanyan. We begin a board Wakade. I'll be a Becca Oman Pini or Yaz Bonnie Bear and Yanyan.
121.2.
I mean, oh, your papa, Ghana money. Elekasa was a man kasa, but on opposition or kasa biala kasa fubi or kasa. Nunyanam kasa fun was the opposite dama of the Mahama government. It be Kenya or Mahama with Ben with Dubai or with Dubai. Mampakuna Bakasano or Bois or Yenshana was she or to Mahamado. On one chin 1 year now. Kwame, and I confirm with 30 minutes in Poda. I confirm what to move to bear 1 in Poda. On to moon 2 2 minutes in pool. That's what can I confirm it to Oko Dubai. It's a must Dubai, Oko a Burkina. Yes, Ghana for you now confirm 2. There's a Ghana for you to now confirm way to Ghana for ye man bofu. Yani ye man bofu Ghana. Ye real. Sa Kwame Traduno yats papa yembu Kwame. Kopata na wanze ba Traduno wubu na wanze. Because Kwame is in na sodo, I'm missing an sodo. Tamana man yellow quat. First of all, what she Oliver, and so why you know court also a Tama court will be a assassin no Tama court no way local. When the Tama court Nana Wafanan or Nanaji Mambedu on no head or one pen was a son. Secretly, Tama in on my head war Tama High Court. No was a son of us was a bar.
lower court.
Was called lower court. Now, possible, and you know when you answer the lower court one, one to Mama Papa Nebela. When you I keep your opportunity, do the last year about the Macabre Mumba Nabado. Or a man before IGP, or a popular IGP. On an not your color willy.
Oh, how?
Oh, Kwame. On a man no obo, a or can Osho Yama, on the Mukoko as no pay cocoa. Or a popular or a popular or pictures you can. Or your petuku, no, as no about them, and boa, don't answer ya boa, no ya boa one, IGP, Sasa. Now one can touch on Mutum. A brown yet.
The ever now more question me say. Are you who feel say politically motivated and
Kwame or planting? Fitiden and Aku for the Bisido. Fitiden and Aku for the Bisido, or to Kwana noting someone.
Hansen. Usumi bizarre, are you who feel say politics in a chair and I say. Okay, as a hands I busy kaka, you know. Well, more can say politics in the church.
On your Kwame, on your politics, so on your politics,
Ghana
in
the case had no objection to the plea for bail request by lawyers for Kwame Bafo, alias Abronye DC. The presiding judge, Mrs. Adelaide Abuikedi, noted in her ruling that the case was a misdemeanor and accordingly granted bail to the sum of 100,000 Ghana cedis with two sureties who were required to deposit their national identification cards and passport pictures at the court registry. This was after Mr. Bafo, popularly known as Abronye, pleaded not guilty to all two counts of publication of false news and conduct conducive to the breach of the peace leveled against him in court by the Ghana Police Service. Speaking to the media after fulfilling his bail conditions, Mr. Bafo said nothing would deter him from speaking his mind.
No amount of this populist incarceration would enjoin me from voicing out or speaking my mind. In the coming days, from tomorrow going, I'll come out with some personal issues that I have with the IGP, which has nothing to do with this particular case. I have used the word populist because the exercise of the IGP for some months now have been described as populist, and same has been happening to me. So from tomorrow going, I'll come out publicly to speak to the people. As for today, I will take the advice of my lawyers so that when going home, I'll advise myself there properly.
Are you happy with the bill?
Yes, I'm happy with the bill. Because this is even research in 208 as indicated by my lawyer. It's something like misdemeanor, and this is not something that they will deny me bail. So the judge indicated that this is not one of the offenses that they will deny me bail.
The courtroom was packed to capacity as leaders of the New Patriotic Party and some members of parliament were there to offer support. Henry Nanabuachi, the NPP's national youth organizer, addressed the media.
And we have always told our supporters to remain calm. We have always told us, but it's a general caution that even the national chairman, general secretary, we have always been saying that, look, all our communication should be devoid of any comment that would incite the public or that will cause any public mayhem.
The party chairman, Freddie Blay, also spoke to City News.
So we submit ourselves to law and due process. At the discretion of the police to hold or not to hold anybody that they are investigating. Of course, I have my opinion as to what happened.
What is that opinion?
I don't want to express it now to prejudice what is happening. But it's unfortunate that what is being charged before court was a misdemeanor. And he himself came to the police station when he was called to come. The youth leader just expressed to you that he doesn't want to go into the nitty-gritties of what he's been charged with. But suffice it to say that they say it was a radio discussion. I'm not aware of what discussion that took place. Maybe it was about coups. So everything may be contextual. And again, they say the police had it, or the police just put him, and there was no complainant. And I find it a little peculiar.
As you can see in your shots, that is Abronye leaving the court premises so far after he was granted bail. They've now met all the bail conditions as given to them in the Circuit Court 8.
I think that there's a caution that I want to give the IGP. He should cautiously. He should not allow emotions and public show so that he tries to trample upon the rights of others. I cannot fathom how a person who has been invited and voluntarily submit himself for investigation and have been arrested. It's unfair. You will not encourage people to honor your invitation.
The case has since been adjourned to March 9, 2022.
My name is Fred Joe, reporting from the Circuit Court here in Accra for City News.
Okay, so I'm not for can say I don't know the politics, but maybe any because Mugabe near Chino. Another guy from Accra FM. Oh yeah, Yakochino. Captain Smart. Oh yeah, Yakochino for fraud. So, and you know, Cameroon, sorry, near Chino. I'm not for because politics. I'm not but Abronye, he talks for the government, but he has also been arrested. It's not just our premise now. More politically motivated and just Hansen. Moon is saying.
Okay. Kwame, I brought your canon, first of all.
Okay, I don't know you say John Mahama and then Al-Qaeda for and a year Jumantino. Almost have done Mamba yes or be cool.
Oliver Cadet.
Oliver is almost past level now. 11 now, on one Kasan, maybe cool.
Okay. It's why the Obechibiatu, the way GOB.
Sir, Oliver, no. That's a wrong court near the court. So, and the mass and judge and Casa sort transfer into the assembly.
Kwame, and you might kind of
minimum. But
you might kind of
by insurance.
Psych this woman watching coup.
So be a terrorist organization.
What's woman watching coup? And there, maybe you should have a wedding, but we a bunny my young day. A casama banner, a casambana. Honestly, or ye, a casambana for opposition. Honestly, by a cassatia Abenizia on ye. Them no one may even. It is a banner, a debina banner. Now, once all a cassa, once will be feed. Bobby, one okay, day. President Nayo no watching Sassy. And Paul Caution and watching Sassy and Pap. But Aberdeen was able to go into watching.
Captain Smart because assembly crank a civil case, no police for me.
Yes, Captain Smart. What's Captain Smart or Kaji Blight or the Kaji? But when you're watching.
Minority Report.
Kwame, Molo Kodoa Maneman. I keep Mama and Mabunua, son of Wire Bassabasamo. Enima, and when that boy 9 years. Also on your ID to a personal issue. And a penalty chimua as some pay FM. that IGP in Pokolo Okum MP. And issue na. Ami Kwame, Mr. this mobile day. In yana GP, only way to don't join your GP. No time on soon, but on your security viewer, Ghana. No man paying wa bonaba on your IGP. Kwame.
And then they want to say it to improve, you know.
Montum improve, but to Aminama Juniman. Munsu swing, Muntum and Kado and Quat.
But the blackmail and about in your human.
Was in your human.
Wow.
And you ma. Kwame, say,
that.
Every history no look. What's in the IGP on your Pokolo Open MP? Na so Nimpokuno Open MP, no order man paying, man IGP moye. Or your promise, so Boshado, Namaso more Boshef. IGP undo no do. I'm an away a way that IGP undo no do. Then time on sing. Echo police and Breman and time on sing. To Amimun to sing, maybe no a boshe. The Kwame Kawan to make one to my mamma toffee. No Kwame Akawan out to the mamma toffee. And the definite man as a mo. And to be overcome because it's same yala. Chinuchum Kwame, no kwa, na maybe Manakan, and I maybe Akushi, nem lazy. So I could fit them Lisa IGP Fatcham. So in the course of Malacasa IGP, Dana Junubio.
I don't get me, sure, sir. I don't think, I actually don't believe, black.
Yeah, Membili, but what's more fun to the Mamma and your I brought yesterday in him in Pokudo King. I am not became a boy and all the car. What's our IGP in Pokudo King MP? No, or in Pepin or Ghana. IGP Biabo Quedu, and see actually able to match now to ma. IGP Biabo Quedu. Quedu, why ye be before football could do the Impokolo Kun. Now, brought your best to be there, Ampa, and Impokolo King, any MP.
MP Bear some now, okay.
MP, a MP before one MP of an
JB Dankwana.
JB Dankwa, Madasa bro. IGP, what's an Impokolo Okun JB Dankwa? I brought your JB Studio Dampa and Impokolo JB Dankwa. And IGP.
Now, I brought na nipo tunkaze mama ne akaida for na for the customer very.
Yes, because on the engines on the engines but IGP what's on Impokolo JB Danko I am na wako can you Japan sake bi anamobwa. Yes, it's baby or to for pine. No, one of us say, or put all your way. That GPS slow. That must more that to do. I'm sure back out dashboard. Or they you. Near paying Kuno no reason someone. IGP. So I am papumpo. So I acquire a papa chinipi. Nagana thing I won't time. No kunkun
you go could cheer.
Eh? Kwame, you will have me be a kubias a fridge. In Poconian was and you.
Mbaba they were they are not there. The kids.
Oh, you're not quick in Papa and Nimby wouldn't. You're not to
Mbaba we are telling you.
And maybe you're about paid that way.
Okay.
It's yes, right, GP. So we are blown as they are. Oliver.
So.
Because in there, freedom of speech. The man a MP for one paper of an one leader and organ. No, it's a orchestra maybe BBC minimum. Okay, on orchestra last one. One chairman or says
Lawyer Power now.
Oh, Lawyer Posy, or Yanchina, why you? I'm a papa, ya meaning me. Nchoso no ono wetete bi ne fa hododo. Ba wachi bobe also ya no kodo wachi bobe. Ojina radio de kede oye ne da wachi bobe. Ba wachi abronyen also wetete abronyen ne fa hododo. Enwe impa de seni. Esi bi aka cho de wozu wutu sebio. Ono no nya wode. Ba wakacha Muhammad ono no ze aka be for the ba. Eso ono wetete ne fa hododo.
Anyway, Hansen.
Kwame, yeah, chairman, he didn't answer. We'll go for any master, papa. Because sometimes, no, you himself, that politics now, go through airways, no. You ain't been and then, Okasa, as Sabio, Okawa joining law school, I mean, him quite all the protocol, every law school, no.
Now, what the camera, what the guys on the protocol? I brought your parents out to alcohol law school.
I said, how many minutes we are can say? First of all, me lawyer na o defend the abroad, you know. And I can make person uncle standing ma Oliver. Now I excuse or the beba bonte. Obia uni say or see me name say Mahama or ne we na year juma. Okay, it's all evidence. I don't know. Do digital evidence. And then, okay, Kwame, your phone na mental you. That freedom of speech, you know. I said writing will come because Omoka speech different from because look at some of the count say freedom speech and writing because only by the end writing and your speech and your writing, you know. Because that organization know the whole world. Obia needs to follow. Obia, ye know more engine for a second. Now they are compare former president. Now so Obi Koka say when the end a conditional word no o make you or sister oh yeah we are say never. And two yeah Emma, but when the end or say minim say anyway him na yes.
Oh God.
And sometimes you know and pay for no more Ghana no. A yeah speech now more like omutie di chichinko for no. Ayo muntie mu yi. I'm proud of my dinner. Who ya papa say we no ye tete na fa ho die so. The fa ho die say okay, e betimi akan say asem no asem enwu ye komu. The other party no me need any political we about omoba power no mo se akofa that same statement no na the court. Here say freedom of speech. Here who say okay, Ghana mra in favor party also any party ABA that be also be baso.
Oh, party ni so freedom of speech no count.
On count. Oh, party ni so o party ni so who with the freedom of speech. But our party was only a freedom of writing. So what
writing and speech and everything.
It's sometimes you know more define words now. Or mumbra bonti no munchire we. And I say the only difference is now me say system no bad and say abronye na onwa na call police station. So what I say eti say me na me kan maba enkomo na yedi na enkomo na wudi no enkomo asem papa. And yes, and Papa, in that case, no, I still train where you family as oh, you fan channel, Yakola, Afena, Ocean Casa. No. And into my Pentecost for Omubie, a prison, no, any jail, no. Yeah, or Kokumbe, Bosomia. Next time, no, or Casa will beg you more, or the Nyansa bedding, a better that freedom of speech, no, and no man, you know. Your whole coin by interest the consequence now be bano into and so ujina society with freedom of speech into would make an Oh, at the end of the day, say be a former president na Emma Bonti na ebia na busu ni bi efa abronye de ne call ya enke no so beka say yetiatia no fa ahudi so and I say beka say politics na ye and sometimes the decision a amanfo ye wo abonten no eya ye hwe nsunsuanso no say eye nsunsuanso papa and I say enye papa.
Okay.
That freedom of speech, you know, say freedom of writing and freedom of speech. Who said next time they choose.
You try na ya kind prepo. Instead of saying what anyway, talking about pastors. Johanna, it's a Christian council. And yes, halfway more here. I'm conversing John Mama. I'm some buyer. And your bonnet. You know, I don't twist your words, no. Mama Kasa.
I mean, one good thing I tell you.
No. Let me stop sharing and reshare it. And now, volume now cry or form part, you know. Let's try again. What's it?
David, you
Oh.
Na picture be a son that.
The man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've seen why. Now
Our
okay,
history
let's try
has it that the church has played a very significant role in our development and in the welfare of our people. So as major stakeholders, when things become of concern, we are all to take it up and see how best we can find answers and resolutions to it, so that at the end of the day, what we preach and what governance is all about can be achieved, all to the glory of God. Getting to the last quarter of last year, we all experienced what our country has never experienced before, from the very beginning, from the very first month, when we had our parliament, as it is now. As you rightly mentioned, whether we have a minority or have a majority, but the hang parliament. When it came to the hilt, when they were about closing with the introduction of the budget and the year levy, and what went on the last but one day of Parliament, where there were exchanges resulting in some fights and all that. And the churches or the Christian bodies became alarmed and said, we will not sit, but we want to take a very bold step in seeing how best together we can find solution to it. So we have made various approaches. We have met the Minister of Finance, we have met the majority in Parliament, the head, we've met some members of the minority. We also met the Minister of Finance again for discussions. Then our last meeting was with the President of the nation. When we also had a very fruitful interaction with the Speaker of the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. And we saying that there are other major stakeholders for whom we need to also make approaches and see how best we can find answers to what is happening to us. Looking at all the circumstances and the conditions around us, especially what is happening in our sub-region, not only looking at what is happening here in our country, but what is even around our sub-region. And became very necessary at our meeting that the series of interventions and interactions, we cannot leave His Excellency, the former president, behind, but to also make a move to see him and see how best we can all have discussions and look at what is happening to us in our country, and if there is a way out by which we can all look at it and come to a resolution.
To get a detail of, what our concerns are, you will understand the viewpoint from which we are coming. But I do think that this meeting is timely, and it's good to hear from all sides. And I'm sure that by the time you have heard what we have to say, you realize that the problem is much deeper than you think. And that's why I brought some of the MPs here. That fight was a fight for democracy. There's no way a speaker can sit in the chair, relinquish the chair, let somebody else come and sit in it, and take a vote in something that he has presided over. The Constitution is clear. You take a voice vote, ayes or nays. If somebody challenges it, it means that we don't agree with your choice. So you, the speaker, must sit in the chair and do a division. And then you say, I've done the division, the accounting. I'm now going to get out of the chair and let the second deputy speaker who has voted come and sit in so that I can also go and vote. Our Constitution doesn't allow that. And it was felt that our MPs should sit timidly and let them pass this unconstitutionality. It won't happen. And so, yes, I'm happy that that rowdy scene has woken your consciences that you must intervene, because there's a lot that is happening in this country that if we don't intervene, it would upset our democracy. The Fourth Republic has been the most enduring, and we must protect it. And all of us must stand up and protect it. Dialogue is not just the only issue. Dialogue comes from the ruling party. We are in opposition. We have nothing. If the ruling party says, come and dialogue, of course we'll come and we'll sit and dialogue. If you're bringing something like e-levy, why was there no dialogue before you introduce it in Parliament? It's only after you introduce it and there's a pushback. Then you say, come and let's dialogue. But you go and set your 1.75% and then you bring it and say, because there's a pushback, the country is pushing back, the minority is pushing back, then you say, okay, let's dialogue. Okay, I'll give you 1.5. It's like we're negotiating in Makola. E-levy is not the problem. E-levy is a symptom of what has gone on for the last 4 years. Government feels that it can ride roughshod over everybody, take its own decisions, bring anything into Parliament, do whatever it likes, pass any, decisions that it wants without dialoguing. After all, we're 169. And so the current 137 is a withdrawal symptom. And so government has to climb down from its high horse and realize that the people of Ghana have been tired of that tyrannical, dictatorial majority rule that they have carried out. Without consensus building, without dialogue, even if you're 169, it still helps to get consensus.
When I was off one no. Na amukoya sama mama ekan no. Na just a commentary because anena mama so for about fina e ka che say e-levy bo ani ampasi a umpezo be pass ase mama la so ya den kaka. Mu ne say na wo be.
Hey, I answer more. Mom was the room Hammons were Ghana ho. I saw happening Hammons papa.
Fight na course no many anu.
Na aso for Ghana Hammer wo bon kofu etumbu we no Ghana. What for bana wo bon kofu etu no Ghana.
No more Ghana.
Kwame, Asofia was a may papa. Papa was a bay papa. Asofu woman was some bay papa. And say, Asofu, what you to me there 1 year and 2 Mobwa.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of one chair to no one won't wait for them one. I saw no on yet.
Oh, that's your constitution.
On ye. At 2 on what you are so from what the camera Yamiana.
And you're straight to God.
Straight to God, eh? Here you be, do you need your phone and him? Why I touching what to know?
Oh, me, I am.
Kwame, do you need my touching what to know? Now, all about Cassam and yin to be in chair too. No, on chair was also known as the coming uncle. Papa, what concern Uncle Pompada? Wow, Uncle Ponata. When you mean me when him, fa, or whom yammy when him. Kwame, I saw for Uganda, Sibu. I am wondering a cacra. Why the more consume when it's him? I am wondering a cacra. Sibu, I saw from painful.
Now, take it back.
Kwame, you never taken back, you know your pa. You know your husband taken back. Yes, of you wondering, young, what woman you and me true or Ghana? What's now? When 2 1 cash and your man paying. No man paying bear press conference book a day and go full bone tree. One shada another, or ye know since you can't afford young French, they been in Sibu, in us of it, no wise in. O man paying Uncle so boomanda soft. Was to see members of Chapel Demon. No man paying old woman. A man paying is a soft woman. A soft now is in Mahama Tinadon, ne a answer free or wine wakasa. Na I grow every Sunday be a whoop one pay with the Tia Mahama. And I grew up, my men or wine for why you position it to me into in case of you. And the one from with your corner won't phone Tragana. And the one pragan if you Kwame. And the one pragan if you Ghana nation. I could find about Ghana on your ship you. I could find about Bonamba Ghana. But Mahama Tana Donazi. Na abwan some not in a Ghana do. Kwame, I saw for your man buffo. Kwame, me catch a Sophie no one say Ghana. Kwame, a Sophie Pentecost and the Anglican and Roman Methodist to the bench ya. One want to say Ghana. What in a Ghana? Why I shall my bomba to will cropido when 2 1 call Bompay. He lives easy 1 yancho because we try 1 cow. Because when you be pojo or the V18 Ntinyana yamba bread. Kwame meza asofi 1 way yo. Kwame asofi woko moyehwe nizin na ncha ma kese wona amanyame.
Hey.
Kwame he oy me yo. Last me video ba me yezin. Me yezin me so no. Bibia wona mbe. Se munye wonzin. Nche bo hu do ya mate. Mechi na America mani ma kese asofi de Nyankopon se tsase pa asofi.
Chama, there's an intimate transfer.
Kwame, as the case on to me transfer. My judgment was shock Ghana. Oh, you. They a bit on a wall to win me. What a to win me, pa. Eh? What a to win me. No man paying will go knock at an ebimando. No, only preach the Yangi 11 to. When 2 1 Tragana 1 church, 11 man. Nyakufa don't know your comprequia.
Nah.
Into a bandana ye demonstration on non-probaja to me. Kwame makes us Sophie 1 way. Kwame, I am one day. Oh, Mr. Chapudame.
Oh, because
I am
Kwame,
are you living to us for Ghana? Munum wonder was some woman Chapudame. Kwame me Romani, Munum wonder was some Roman Chapudame. Munum wonder be a Christian. Inter Christian was all your door. Ebi ye was no ya na kasa na eziche. Omampanyin akufado ye na aze, ye na so from mpanyimfi, wabota wa hye coat, wonye fu na etahwe o. Obaka che omampanyin da de ommo mpa no wonjintu. Se yankopon tasa, se yankopon o wa mpa. Se yankopon o wa mpa, so fi aye wada yankopon so one day. Kwame Manis.
All right, how's it? It's like 5 minutes.
All right, Chairman. Me wo asembisa de ma asofo na omko omampanyin dada ho no. Na omukọ akutua bribe amane say like one minority for majority for kasa na say.
Oh, there be almost some who know my chance. 11 who blows nearby, no. Wana like come out for a bunto me.
Kwame, Ghana ho na yewo no. System no, say Bible no, and say ni bi wo ho a omo ntiase ye ntino sabio omo de eto na ye tuatua saa fi kwakudu apen so abesi sesembre. Enti aban no so step in na ono so gito no. Omo nim say the same as Bible no. Okay, Bible no ntiase ni bi wo ho a still ye ntiase eni ntima ye tua da eto no. Okay. But aban ni de na mo pese mo link Bible ni de no asori de no to aban ni de no. Sabio adwuma no kwa nipa boys ni nya bi nye. Ena 11 no so amu ye no nipa bebre ntia. Instead say mo be trase yi no. Mo motimi aye ho party e de ehuru citizens no. Na osan ko omampanyin ho se onka bi. Enye omampanyin we na e ka se o start ageto mo aban na mo wo so no. Mo na mo ka se obi bi obeje sa kind of eto no or a lazy government. At the end of the day, you know, idea mo can say enye no. Mo start here, not just a mubuno kwase na say I can say me NDC ni and I MPP ni, but Ghanaians are not being fair to Mahama. So what I say more coho akoje futu and I say on Kasanche e say omon vote for a other na mon call mo aso mu monye education say you 11 no mon chira yi but rather no nipa ba ko no obetimi akasa magana manya me ameti a me send this car come obi no except me na minya ncha se enye omampanyin dada okay obeka bi aye beti ase ba me ntiase amentia metia enti kono omoko ho no de na oka no kokoso asem no kire omo no sabiu enoma bi koso krunu mu a sabiu asofo no mobu mani eguso ebi ni ntokwa na esi ye no ene na o refer omo no say untimi enkoto aba na unja ho nkofie say no me vice emeta chambers on count no enye ne sha eno no asofo no montimi ama amadi afutu amfiri ho da eduru sika sem ne nti no moduru ne nase waka na aja atremo a waka atremo next time because won bidi o matem because omu nyina kan o man no ho na enko so yie
na Hansen ibi oya incompetent waka je na afutu ya ibi a wa agbon o da wako na da kaja afutu.
All right. And yeah, it was for them right on time. It's a bit of BBS, Tax Brown, Nico Black, Barrister George, Emmanuel G, Lifetime Legacy.
Then Emmanuel G, no, last time one case over.
Say I want bisa you're sitting on the phone and fact,
Are you live your kind of phone, Nana?
And thank you very much for today. Pedro Medina Cruz, Muna Damascus, and Bakaya Hona, the Yeshui. I'm Yaduma, same time,
What's really that?
same day next week. You're the same share. And I was in Bechana.
Hey, London
Kwame
Bridge is
Chairman.
one.
Bechana wife.
Meet your wife, vacation or Elmina.
Auntie very Nikashan.
No, Nana yes man from the US. Nana yes man, salute.
Okay. And everybody down London Bridge. Okay.
Yes.
And now.
Now, so send greetings to Ghana. You charge you level. And next time,
1.7%.
yeah, next time we'll chow you. I ever charge you. Why?
Can I go punch a motia?
1.75.
Menya heaven alcohol.
Kwame, Name Kasa, next year Maryland for Mr. Emin family, Nina, and na Sabio, Wakaba,
I was in there, I fixed it, it's just coming up.
Okay, Yamiha. Memo Bibia Yako, Memo Moshedin, say Yaminema, Yamin Edgy, Intino, a Bibia and pass it among and Golden City, you could a friend Golden City, and so you knew Golden City, and the cool for you so the Mount Sarah, and Philly, they obey any day. You need be a cook. Glass and
Feeling your concrete to go out.
Who's that? Any postholes.
All right. Same time, same day next week. Yes, bye bye.
Bye.